I don't... How do I talk about this? Raikou, if you guys don't know, is one of the most distinguished WoW pros in the AWC. He's had many tournament wins over many expansions. Highly respected mage player in the community. And Vanaruki, same thing. Let's get into this just a little bit. In general, Dragonflight PvP, and most likely the War Within, just suffers from the same problem. Everything is catered towards Mythic Plus so that everyone has to do insane AoE damage and everything has to AoE. But this is the exact opposite of what Arena is supposed to be. This is very well said. This is very well said. I talk about this all the time on my stream. I say this all the time. Raikou said it very well. This is the major issue with retail PvP right here. And the thing is, I don't even blame Blizzard. Because if 90% of your player base plays Mythic Plus and 10% of your player base plays Arena, cater to the 90% makes sense to me. So I don't even blame them, but it's still true. So let's get into this a bit deeper. Raikou also tweets, the most noticeable thing about playing Cataclysm compared to retail is that in Cataclysm, my spells, mage, are single target. My Ice Lance, my Orb doesn't go on CC targets. Single target damage is high. Meanwhile, in DF, Sheep is 6 seconds, and I AoE on every button I press. Everyone else AoEs as well. Once again, yes, very well said. If you want PvP to return to this like really high skill expression, AoE spamming should probably not be a part of it. But that ruins Mythic Plus, so it might not be a good idea for Blizzard to do that. But it's still worth talking about and saying that this is probably a root fundamental issue. The other issue is self-healing. So you have like two massive issues. Self-healing is too high. That's talked about. We've done that. We've packed that. Everyone gets that. Everyone agrees there, right? Self-healing is way too high. But the other pillar is this. AoE for every class, mobility for every class, like, is just too high because of Mythic Plus. It needs to be that way for the Mythic Plus design to actually make sense. And I thought Raikou's just said it very well. Once again, Raikou says, can we please change this? This is a good example. It should be a node here. Instead of picking Splitting Ice, it should be your Ice Lance now does 25% more damage, but it doesn't cleave. Stuff like this is horrible for PvP. So once again, Splitting Ice makes your Ice Lance split, but then it breaks CC. So instead, it should be a choice node, and for PvP, you would choose like your Ice Lance does more damage, but it doesn't split. Or your Ice Lance doesn't do more damage, but it does split, and you choose one. So you can choose like a single target build or an AoE build, and that would make a lot more sense. And then Vanaruki says, this talent has always made me laugh. It cleaves your spells and gives your single target damage. It would be awesome if it was a choice node. Yeah, but there's lots of examples like this. The same thing with Comet Storm, the same thing with Ice Nova, right? You have these like AoE classes just start to build up, and it's like, wait, no, we want options to make single target specs so that you make CC great again. So you go for CC chains and burst and stuff like that. But anyway, we'll kind of venture there. I wanted to talk about this because I thought Raikou said it very well. I agree with Vanaruki's take here, and a lot of people ask my thoughts on like War Within. And like essentially this is it. It's like, well, I mean, it's gonna be awesome if you're a Mythic Plus player or a World First Raider, but if you're a PvPer, like there's some really fundamental root issues. So anyway, that's my take.